Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing alright. I myself am doing pretty okay. Give me a second, actually. We need to... Alright, I'm stepping away from the mic. We need to determine what the next course of action here is. In terms of what's good for unlocks. So, I think I want to do something greedier mode. So let's see what we got. We've already done everything on Lost. We could do Tainted Lost, but I know he's very hard. What else do we got, though? Keeper Greedier? Looks like we haven't done that yet. So let's do Creeper? Let's do Keeper Greedier. Yeah, we haven't done Greedier mode as this guy yet. That's crazy. Goated, considering... I mean, this is the Keeper himself, you know what I mean? This guy is Greed himself, or whatever. I don't know how the lore goes, you know, truth be told. Anyways, hope everyone's doing alright. Like, in reality, you know, just hope everyone's doing alright, everyone's chilling, going about their day nice and lovely. I'm recording this in my free time. Hope everyone, you know, what am I saying? I'm chilling, you know? Just recording this in my free time while I got my friggin' another lunch recording, you know. These are rare to happen often now. I feel like most of my runs end up being super long that I have to wait until I'm off work to record, you know what I mean? Instead of just doing shit in my free time or whatever. But it is what it is. I'm very, like, I don't even know. You know what I mean? Oh, I haven't been using that nearly enough as I should be. I'm pretty okay. Kind of not worried, I guess, but just a part of me is like, you know, what's the chance of failure happening here? I do get worried for the very end of this run. Just because, I mean, as you guys know, I don't like doing greedier mode. This is not news. I have made this very, very, very clear in past episodes and such. I do not like doing greedier mode. But it is what it is, you know. What needs to be done, as they say. Let's grab Bozo there. And Crooked Penny. Oh, I realized we do not have mods. Oh my goodness, how did I not realize that until now, just now? We do not have mods on. That's a doozy. I think I turned him off to play some games with my friends. I turned off the mods to do a co-op sesh of Isaac with my friends, which is very funny because I feel like I haven't done co-op Isaac in like kind of a really long time. I don't know what it is. It's kind of what I necessarily like. I didn't fear it, but it's what I assumed would end up happening to my relationship with Isaac, kind of. And that is essentially, I believe I said this when I first started doing the recordings. I don't know, someone quote me on this maybe, but I believe I said something along the lines of, the more I start doing these Isaac daily uploads, at a certain point, I am going to, most likely stop, or like just kind of play less and less of it with my friends, because in my mind at least, I'll see it as more of a I'm recording for the sake of recording. I'm not playing Isaac just to have fun or whatever, you know what I mean? Although truth be told, I don't really play Isaac for this. Man, I want to double think so bad right now. I want to... Oh my goodness, he is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. I don't know how he does it. Anyways. You know what? Yeah, we don't have a trinket. Oh yeah, we do. Oh, the trinket's useless actually. Then yeah, I'll take it. We actually get to see secret rooms as well, which is very cool in my opinion. Oh, but yeah, anyway, I do enjoy playing Isaac all the time, truth be told. I will say that I do enjoy my off time, quote unquote, playing Isaac. I get to have a lot of fun with it, which to me, shot speed up, that's cool. To me, I find that very enjoyable personally, about the ability that I get to have fun and enjoy this game to my own. Dude, another Curse of the Unknown. Are you playing with me? What's up? That I still get to enjoy this game to, like, not the extent, but you know, I still get to have fun with this game. I don't ever feel like I'm I don't want to say losing out, I guess, but I mean, I feel like I'm struggling to find the words, but if I get the sentiment, I definitely know I'll be able to describe it. Okay, I've got it now. Even though I haven't played Isaac as often for like multiplayer with friends, I still, like, whenever we do play, I'm not like bored or whatever, and you know, I'm not like, oh, I don't want to play. I still do want to play. I guess it's just kind of like my friends, they haven't necessarily asked me, hey Tony, want to play some Isaac? And also, for me personally, I've been like this for a lot of games. But like, I like to play games not to 100%. I like to play games to just play the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get on a little bit of a Metroid fix here. For me personally, I like to play games like Metroid Fusion. Even though it's a very linear game, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you like 100% of the game, if you beat the game, like, you've beat it, you know? There's not much for you to replay value kind of from that game. You can't really sequence break it that much the way you can others. And it's like, you're already 100% of the game, Tony, why are you playing it again? And it's like, to me, it's a very fun game. To me, the game is very enjoyable playing it. To me, my sense of fun, my sense of enjoyment from the game doesn't come from seeing the 100% at the end. It comes from just seeing what I can do. Or like, I wouldn't even say speedrunning the game, but just, you know, doing fun shit in the game. Like, recently, with Metroid Dread, I have been learning to screw attack short boost. Which is kind of hard. If you don't know, the actual tech is called a short boost. But it essentially lets you activate your speed booster in less tiles than you would have normally. Very, not hard tech, but like, it's tricky. I will say, the tech is tricky. You know what? I do like Spirit Sword, in my opinion. I think it's got to be like my favorite item, but I caved. I caved and I got Spirit Sword. I was like, you know, I do like this item. However, the only downside is that I kind of like my triple tiers and my parasite shots, but I said, F it, we ball. I don't even care, man. I'm getting this item. Whether the game wants me to or not. I'm getting this item. So now all the tiers ups that I've grabbed in the past kind of mean nothing. I think that kind of matters. Oh, I definitely need you. All right, let's go. And that luck up I would love, but we'll see if we can get it. Oh, maybe. Not maybe. We can literally afford it. I'm stupid. But I don't know. To me personally, all the fun from playing a game comes from like just having fun with it. You know what I mean? I like just, you know, I don't know how I would describe this, but it's kind of like a, not just get good or whatever, but it's like, I personally, I get my enjoyment from just playing the game. If the game is fun, I will play that game to my heart's content. I will put in all my effort into having fun with the game. You know what I mean? And I know there are people out there, because I'm friends with one of these people, where like, the stuff they do is, what's the word I'm thinking of? They play a game for the sake of, there's got to be something involved. I'm pretty sure I've described this before, but I remember my friend actively being like, there was this mobile game called Slice and Dice. I personally really like the game. Very fun roguelike. But the only thing is it doesn't have achievements. So it's just a roguelike that you would play. And it came onto Steam. It was a mobile game. It ended up going onto Steam. And in my opinion, very good. But my friend bought the game but realized, oh, there's no achievements, I'm not gonna play it. I was like, why not? And it's like, because there's no point. And when I heard that, a part of me, like, I don't want to say a part of me kind of got sad, because it kind of seems like someone would be like, Tony, that's pretty dumb. And it's like, yeah, it might be a little dumb, but, you know. In my mind, I was kind of thinking, it sucks that this is a real opinion that's like kind of held by my friend, you know? That like a game... bro's not gonna play a game, he's not gonna get enjoyment out of the game being fun from the fact that he's playing a fun game, but from the fact that he wants to 100% the game. You know what I mean? Trust me, I have played a whole bunch of games that don't have achievements, you know what I mean? Games used to not have achievements. I don't want to say in the before times, back in the day, because that kind of doesn't make it seem like I'm ancient, but you know, it seems like I'm talking about like ancient history, like this is years back before anyone knows, but like, wow, after all that, only one payout. That's kind of insane, I can't even lie. D6, very good. However, we do not really have a form of spawning money like that, so unfortunately, D6, you're gonna have to say sayonara, brother. I'll grab you for the 1/3 spun. There was a shot speed and a luck down. Everything else is goated, and then let's just bomb you. Okay, my bad. Power battery, that's amazing. I think it's amazing, right? Someone quote me on this. Someone fix this for me. Damn it! Okay, whatever. But, like, a part of me was just kind of saddened, I guess, is like the term I'm using here. Is like, I was just like, man, it kind of sucks that you're neglecting to play a very, in my opinion, a very good game just due to one small thing, and that is the game doesn't have achievements. There's no like sense of progression, I guess. Kind of maybe not necessarily being made in the game, but I mean, you know, you're picking up what I'm putting down, right, guys? So I was like, damn, that kind of sucks, one. But also, it's like, I don't know, I don't want to call it brain rot or whatever, but I feel like that's how a lot of people view games now, personally. You know, from what I see online, you know, what people say about things is that I feel like a lot of games, a lot of people, or a lot of games now are just kind of like made with the intent of getting, you know, whoever purchases the game to play it as long as physically possible, you know? Games over here having post-game support for the sake of we gotta keep the game alive, you know? All I'm gonna say, like, you know, Metroid Dread, I love that game. It did get some post-game support, and I'm not complaining that it got post-game support. You know, they added a Kaizo mode, and they added a freaking rookie mode, plus a boss rush, you know, for free. It wasn't DLC, it was just free content updates, which in my mind is like, that's really freaking cool, personally. You know, to me personally, I was like, that's really freaking cool that you're adding this as like post-game support kind of deal. But I'm not gonna lie, a part of me was also kind of like, not what's the purpose, but it's like, you know, I guess at the end of, because Metroid Dread is I don't want to say a dead game, but it doesn't get like patches, you know? It's, the game is said and done. Obviously, they're not going to like add anything else to the game. Oh, tears down, are you kidding me? Puberty, that's not bad. Like, they're not gonna add anything to the game for the sake of, what's the word? Immaculate Conception doesn't work on me, I believe correctly. Why did Tony kill that guy? I don't know. These both suck, but this gives me... Yeah, it gives me more flies, I think, in the long run. No more curses is very good. Judgment. That guy. Blow you up. But you know, like I was saying, like at the end of the day, at the end of Dread's life cycle, that game was all said and done. It didn't get any DLC patches. It only got like some minor extra content patches like, hey, here's a new mode for a new difficulty for the game where you die in one hit. Here's a new difficulty for the game where you know, it's for rookies or whatever, rookie mode, and then everyone started running rookie mode, which like I'm not against. I only ever ran normal mode back in the day. I never ran like hard or whatever. It's because to me, it's, you know, normal is the way to go. I'm not a complaint of the rookie kind of deal. If anything, the only I wouldn't even call it drama, bro, because it's not drama at the end of the day. But the only like discussion debate that I've ever had part in with Metroid Dread, where I've like not felt passionate about it, but I'm like, you know, is the discussion of turbo. You know, do we allow turbo in runs? And in my opinion, I was like, I think yes, turbo should be allowed in runs. However, I was of the opinion, I think turbo should be allowed in runs for people that cannot, you know, they don't want to, obviously you don't want to play a game and then like ruin your health from playing this game. So part of me was like, yeah, I can see the argument for wanting to get turbo in. Me personally, however, you know, I wouldn't want to run against a turbo runner because, bro, you know, just got a remote that I won't say does the work for you, but like, you know, you can mash at like 20 hertz or whatever. Me personally, I can only mash at like 11 or 12. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say unfair. I don't think that's the word. That's the proper term here. But it's like, I mean, you got to see where I'm coming from, kind of deal. You feel me? But that's the only ever, like, to me, that's the only discussion I've ever like weighed in on as like I'm not a pillar of the community, but like I have thoughts about this, and I think these thoughts should be taken into consideration because that's how we as a community decide what is good going forward for the game. You feel me? But, you know, to sidestep that, to get back onto what I was talking about, which I'm gonna be real with you, I kind of forgot what the hell I was talking about for a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, this is genuinely bad. He dies. Bada boom, everyone dies here. Easy money. Oh, there he is. I'm like, bro, where is he? 3 stains? This should be illegal. My brother in Christ, you should be punished by death. Death by firing squad for that, bro. That was the dumbest shit I think I've seen in a long time. What the hell was that? Okay, I guess we move on. I don't know why my stupid ass decided to blow up the thing. I'm a little bit of a dumbass for that, I can't lie. But it is what it is. Anyway, I got fucking Tony, I forgot what the hell I was discussing. Even. Oh, yeah, I remember what I was discussing. I was discussing like Metroid Dread. I don't know. It just feels like a lot of games now. I moved my mic too far for me. It just feels like a lot of games now, to me at least. The not sole purpose, but like it feels like a lot of the main purpose is to just get people to be playing your game for as long as you physically can get them to play your game. You know what I mean? Keep adding content in that sense, so more peeps can play the game. You gotta keep adding stuff so people could play and not feel, I don't want to say bored, but you know. Damn it, you motherfucker. I don't know, it just feels like an unfortunate side effect of like games as a live service kind of deal, you know what I mean? It feels like because a lot of games are live service, the whole purpose of most games now is to like just keep pushing content out for it so you can keep it stepping or whatever, keep playing it. But in my mind, I'm like, man, this shit sucks. I wish that wasn't the case. I'm gonna be real. Sometimes games should die, you know? Crazy statement. But in my opinion, me personally, I would much rather prefer Nintendo or Mercury Stream, whoever at this point is the ones actually mainly developing. I'm pretty sure it's Mercury Steam now, actively developing the Metroid franchise. I just want them to, like, you know, they pushed out Dread, give Dread like a little bit of content update. They gave it an extra one-shot difficulty mode. They gave it a boss rush, and then just like leave it to die, and then, you know, go back to the planning board and be like, hey, if we got a new game in development, start working on that new game type of shit. You feel me? Me personally, I would much rather games do that than try and keep Metroid Dread like alive as its own game. You feel me? I'd prefer a new Metroid Dread. I prefer a new Metroid game than like a Metroid Dread DLC. You feel me? Like oh, here's a story DLC for Dread for like more content or stuff. Like, you know? And I find my fun out of speedrunning or like just playing the game for the sake of the game is cool. Than the fact that, you know, because I saw this announcement that like Nintendo Switch 2 will not have achievements. And people are like, oh, that sucks, no achievements on the Switch 2. And I'm like, yeah, I can understand. Yeah, that does kind of suck, you know? L plus ratio. But it's not a deal breaker, you know? As long as Metroid Prime 4 is good, I'm getting that damn Switch 2. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if there's achievements or whatnot. Anyways, we beat it. I want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time reviewing this. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.